Welcome back to Module 4 of Social Policy. This week we are just going to have, we're going to move on through the book, so we're going to move through Chapter 4. And as we go through here, there will be a little bit less to do this week than we had last week. I know some people were a little taken back by the fact that we had 2 Dropbox assignments, but there was no test. So if you didn't get your assignments done, go ahead and get those complete. I'll give you an extra week to have your initial Dropbox about the paper if you're really stumped. If not, I'll spend this week actually getting back to you on what you posted, and you'll have a good beginning for your paper. So this week we're going to move along through the history of the social work. So I want you to read Chapter 4. And then you're going to start answering posts from reform and the social justice discussion that you had last week. So I want you to log on all these 3 different days to answer the posts. There's going to be a documentary. It's about a 1-hour documentary called Park Avenue, Money, Power, and the American Dream. And what the filmmakers did was they actually contrast a very, very rich apartment building with across the river in the Bronx, where you have one of the poorest districts in America. So they contrast basically these neighbors on the same street and look at their lives and how these people have different levels of power, influence, and prestige. So I want you to do a Dropbox assignment on this film, and so you're going to write a summary of the documentary. In the end of the paper, I want you to include at least a 1-paragraph conclusion where you discuss what you learned from this film. And, regardless of how you fall on the ideological spectrum, if you're liberal or conservative, there's going to be something on here that you can learn and, have a takeaway from. I do tell everybody this film does lean to the left. It's a little critical of the people with more money and prestige, but it's still a great film. And even if you're fairly conservative on the political spectrum, there has to be something that you take away from this, that you learn from it. So make sure you do that. I don't really want to hear your feelings about ideology. I want you actually just to focus on this particular documentary. Then I want you to take the Chapter 4 quiz. And after that, I want you to post an initial discussion for discussion 4 by Sunday at midnight. So again, just do your initial discussion. You're doing a great job at not responding to your classmates' posts until the next week, but I usually keep reminding people that as we move along. As you move through this week's material, I will have to correct this PowerPoint. For some reason, the link isn't working, but there will be an optional PowerPoint for you on Chapter 4. Then there's a Chapter 4 quiz. And here's a documentary. If you just hit the play button and click on the YouTube icon on the bottom, it will pop it up on a different screen so you can watch it on full screen. But while you watch it, I'd like for you to take notes so you can have an easier time actually writing your feedback about the documentary. So again, I just want you to write a summary of the documentary, and at the very end include a 1-paragraph conclusion just discussing what you personally learned from the film. And I want this to be a minimum of 1 page. So it's really important that you work on this process of thinking by writing. It helps to actually formulate better thoughts. Then we're going to start our discussion. So discussion 4.1, I want you to discuss some of the consequences of believing in the importance of individualism and self-reliance for social work clients, for ourselves, and discuss how these values may be limiting. So I want you to, I want you to challenge yourself and actually do some thinking about this. So again, have that online by next Sunday at midnight. And if anyone has any questions, go ahead and send me an email, or go to the communications tab and hit discussion, and you can post in the general questions section of the class. Oftentimes if you do that, you'll have a question other students in the class may have, and where they may have answers for you, and they may be able to get back to you before I can. But if not, I can still answer you on there, and you can possibly answer questions for more people than just yourself. So I will put up a checklist this week. I'll have that up by Monday night, and again, it should give you, plenty of guidance in getting through this week. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to me. Thank you so much.